Hello everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Glitz and Glitter. Today we're making something. We are making our own pigment paste. So it's really simple to do. I wanted to do it for you so you guys know how to do it. I'm just going to show you what I'm using. So I picked whatever color. Pick a mica powder that you like, whatever color that you want. I like blues, and I have plenty of this one. So I'm going to use this turquoise blue pigment or mica powder. I bought these little jars. Actually, I went to the Dollar Tree. There was a set of 4 little paints for $1.25. I brought them home, emptied the paint, and I kept this little jar. So if you have a little jar on hand or something you can use, get that out. I'm using epoxy resin, the A side. You're going to need something to mix it with. I'm using a palette knife. This also came from Dollar Tree. And something to measure with. So I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of mica powder to 1 teaspoon of A. And we're going to check the consistency and see how that goes. So are you guys ready to learn something new today? Let's go. I'm going to put the resin in this plate first. And we're going to mix the powder in 1 teaspoon at a time. So first I'm going to get this in here, somehow get it scraped out and cleaned out before I grab the powder in here. Just get this all out of here. I'm going to get some alcohol, wipe this out before I move on because I don't want this sticking to anything. So I just wiped it with a paper towel real quick, got some alcohol on it, and now it's nice and clean to move on. So we're going to start with 1 at a time, get it mixed in. Another idea is like a mortar and pestle if you have one. I don't have one. So I'm not going to use that, obviously. So we're just going to mix this in until it's completely mixed. And then we'll add another teaspoon. Now it's gonna fly everywhere, so be ready to clean up your mess. That's why I'm saying a mortar and pestle would kind of keep it contained a little bit better than this plate that I have. Now, depending on how much you need, I don't need a lot because I'm doing this for you guys. So this is strictly some instructional video, I guess you could say. So I'm not making a ton. But if you want, just keep making it as you need it. And if you know you're going to use a lot, make a lot more. Just do like a 3-to-1 ratio of powder to your resin, until you get the consistency that you're looking for in a pigment paste. There's 1. Let's see, let me zoom in for you guys. Depending on what resin you're using, some may be thicker than others. You may not need 3 teaspoons. So we'll see how this looks after 2 teaspoons of the powder, which may be just enough. Then we will mix up a little bit of resin and see how it works. Again, a plate is not your ideal mixing tool. But you get the idea. Get this actually. Just gonna get it all in one area and see if we only needed 2. This is a thicker resin, so if you have a thicker resin, clearly you're not gonna need 3 teaspoons of powder. You can use any resin you want. I just have the Let's Resin brand here. And everything I use will be linked below, as it always is in every video. If you're ever wondering what I'm using, I make it really easy for you. Just go in that description box and find everything you need. So that looks like a really nice paste. So I'm just going to get this transferred over into the jar, mix up a little bit of resin, and I'll show you how it works. You know how it works, but hey, why not? Let's do it. You're watching anyway, so let's finish the job. If you decided to use a plate like me, all I'm doing is wiping it down. I got most of it off with a paper towel, and now I'm just using alcohol to clean the rest of it. It's clearly all over my gloves, so I need to get my gloves off so I can finish the job, but it will come off. You're not mixing the A to B, so it shouldn't harden on you. So don't feel like you're rushing a clock or anything, because it's not going to cure without the B. Okay, now that I have my resin mixed, I'm just using a tiny little bit. We're going to use this pigment paste that I just made. I put it in the bottle, and actually it filled that bottle halfway, and I bet this lasts for a long time. So I'm not going to use this stick because I just used that one to mix my resin. So I'm just going to mix it up like you normally would, even though we just made it. Wipe off the stick. And that's all that's going in there. Get the color mixed in real well. If you want more, add more. But you know, pigment paste goes a long way. And it will help you control how much mica. If you don't want to use mica powder, it's a great way to control, because you know how much mica I would have probably dumped in here just to get this exact same color. That's amazing, and it's a great hack because you already have resin on hand. So we're just going to get this poured into a couple little molds and get it undone. I think I'll make this little stand. It's a little plate stand since I have this resin. I'm just going to pour it in there. Let it cure, and then we will unmold it together. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Make a comment. I love reading everybody's comments, and if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome as well. I'm just going to get it in all the nooks and crannies. And there's still some left over. I only mixed up 15 milliliters. So I'll make a little magnet or something with the rest if I have enough. So we'll let this cure and be back in one sec. It's cured. Let's get it out. Make sure the color went all the way through, just like a normal mica powder would have had we used mica powder instead of the pigment paste. And it looks pretty good, guys. There you go. Now you can make any color pigment paste that you want. Save some of your powder. You could do it that way or this way. And use this to hold up a coaster or something that you've made. These are super cheap. I think I got this on Temu. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.